She's been a registered nurse for the past 18 years, and now she's ventured into sales. I have had the distinct honor of watching her fight and claw, her way out of the particular struggles with mental illness, and I have stood in awe of her grace, her tenacity, and her spirit. Erica Fenton today, reading Recovery.
To everyone who knew me, my life was good. It was normal. I was a hard-working nurse, loving wife, and dedicated mother. Unfortunately, what I really was a raging alcoholic, drug-addicted, severely depressed, bipolar woman. Appearances can be deceiving. I don't know if I began to drink because I was so sad, or I was so sad because of my drinking. But on November 14th, 2014, my seemingly normal life began to fall apart. On that day, I drank enough vodka to bring my alcohol level to 0.2%. An alcohol level of 0.3% can kill you. I also swallowed 56 Xanax. I was so tired of fighting my mania, my depression, my addiction. I truly wanted my life to end. I was in that place that you don't come back from. I actually felt relief knowing that I could go to sleep and not wake up. I believed my family would be better off without me. I remember calling for help and falling in the bathroom, and the rest I have learned only through my family. Apparently, I stayed on a stretcher while they decided whether or not to put a tube down my throat to help me breathe. My mom and my friends were beside me crying. The nurses that I had worked with for years now saw the real me. And when I woke up, I was like, damn it, I'm alive. My first memory is my mom beside my hospital bed. I told her I was sorry. I told her everything from my drinking, my drug abuse, the secrets that had been swallowed, and the lies that I had been living for so long. My mom did what she does best and comforted me, said, "We'll get you help." I detoxed in that hospital for a week. This violent part of my path I will not forget. It's like your body's punishing you for all the years of abuse. And after 7 days of hallucinations, sweating, shaking, and vomiting, I was transferred to an inpatient rehab for a month, and I came to realize that I might just have a problem. The next 8 months, I would spend in an outpatient rehab, learning ways to heal, cope, and understand my disease. People kept saying it gets easier, and I kept waiting. I still craved a drink. But I'd look at Grace and Joe, and I'd be like, I can't let them down. That was my strength, my family. Then there were times where I'd be challenged, where I'd need to be honest about myself, and I'd say, screw it, I can't do this. Rehab is hell in the beginning. You have to turn everything around. You are not just giving up alcohol, you are giving up everything you know. But that's what it's all about. You have to know how to fight back. There are many things rehab taught me. I share my story with you because I want there to be more awareness about mental health and addiction. The two often go hand in hand. And if I can help one person in this room, I have begun to give back. 1, ask for help and keep asking. This may seem like a no-brainer, but I can't tell you how many times I asked for help. It's like nobody would believe me. I was screaming, "Hello, I'm a drunk." I was reassured that I was not an alcoholic. Some said we all drink. It's not a big deal, so no one intervened. They did not know how to. Not my husband, not my family, not my friends, not my coworkers. So look, if someone tells you that they have a drinking problem, they most certainly do. Offer them help, get them into treatment, or just tell them you care and you are concerned. When not at work, I was drinking morning, noon, and night. I finally got too embarrassed and ashamed. So I stopped using my voice to ask. Instead, I used that bottle of vodka and Xanax to call for help. 2, the worst part about getting sober is you have to feel. But the best part about getting sober is you have to feel. I felt so many emotions. I felt guilty, I felt ashamed, I felt lonely. As my head cleared and I realized how numb I was from the abuse, now I was forced to feel. I was stripped down to my core, and I was so scared. I spent months shaming myself, but the truth is you can't live in shame. You'll never go any further than that. You have to move forward. I often reminded myself that it wasn't my fault. I had an illness, and my sober self would never act so recklessly. 3, learn to say no. Not the smiling no, or the shake your head yes while you're saying no, but just say no. Practice it in the mirror or with a friend, but I promise this skill is vital to recovery. 4, cherish the friends that stay. The ones that go don't understand. They judge you, look down on you. Let them go. You don't need the negativity. Hold on tight to the friends that do stay and all the new ones you will make along the way. Their belief in you will carry you throughout. 5, make a gratitude list and look at it often. Add things to it as you think of them. You'll be surprised at all you have to be thankful for. 6, go through the 12 steps. I am not a religious person, but I learned that I needed to believe in a higher power. The beauty of this is that you can give your fears, your worries, and all that negativity to your higher power. That can be a plant, a tree, a bird, God, or the universe, but give it to them and let them go. 7, listen to the medical professionals in your life. For me, that means taking my meds every day. I don't miss a dose. It means always having my therapist's voice in my head asking me, is it that you can't or you won't? And the big one for me is, drum roll please, don't drink. In all seriousness, whatever it is that your doctors are telling you, stick to that. Stick to the plan. 8, there's no one to blame. It isn't my fault. It's not your loved one's fault. Our brains are wired differently. We have this insatiable need to keep feeding our cravings. It's often assumed that addicts lack moral principles or willpower. In the year 2016, that's a sad assumption. It can happen to you, and it can happen to your loved ones. No one is immune. So let's stand up and fight the stigma together. Let's educate, and let's begin to fight back. 9, learn to slow down and enjoy life. Just do the next right thing. I stopped rushing around. Honestly, I take one day at a time. I will always have to fight with my addiction and my mental illness, but I have learned I need to talk about it. Each time it gets easier to tell. So let's get the communication started. And 10, laugh. Laugh like a belly laugh or pee your pants laugh. It's healing and it feels so good. Forgive yourself and give yourself permission to be happy. 1 year, 488 days, 11,718 hours of sober living, and I love it. Recovery is hard work, but it's possible. I'm living proof.